Hi, are you dyslexic and you can't sleep? This is episode 21 of explaining how it feels through art. And of course, this image is called sleep. And I know I speak for all of us with overthinking while laying in bed, thinking about all the things you could have done better and things you're not good at. But for me, a lot of problem solving happens while I lay there and just think. Some of my best ideas comes from laying here and just thinking. But the majority of us are not getting the sleep that they need for different reasons. One of the things that I realized really worked for me was to meditate in order to relax, clear my mind, and then fall into sleep. More videos about sleep will come. Hi, are you neurodiverse? Ever felt that you just want to give up and you're so tired of everything? This is Explaining Through Art, part 22. I call this picture the book pit. And it's originally from a scene from a short animated film, I Am Dyslexic, that you should really check out. So this scene in the film and in this picture is all about the character giving up. I love the lyrics in the film. It says it so beautifully. I'm sorry mom and dad, but I'm giving in. Referencing the heavy burden that so many experience. Feeling unworthy of their love and support because they feel like they have failed their parents or even school. This is how I felt. And I know many of you feel it as well. But I'm here to tell you, don't do it for them. Don't do it for school. Do it for you and your whole world will change. Hi, do you have dyslexia, dyscalculia, ADHD or any of the learning difference? This is episode 23 of explaining how it feels through art. And I call this image anger. And as you know, anger is a form of expression. And many individuals with learning differences feel that they're not being acknowledged and seen in the way that they need. And sometimes the only way to be seen is to be angry. But society and school doesn't always know how to handle that. Meaning many of these individuals get in unnecessary trouble because they're showing their emotions and no one's listening. Some also express that they don't always know why themselves are angry. Yes, it may be difficult to comprehend and work with these individuals, but we all can be better at listening and acknowledging how they feel. Thank you. Are you neurodiverse and feel broken inside? This is episode 24 of explaining how it feels through art. And this image is called Broken. I don't know about you, but I know many individuals going through school that are just fed up with the whole thing. And they want to put their frustration out somehow. And often, that is books. Now, I myself have never burned down anything out of frustration and anger, but I know many who have. But why would someone destroy something, or even worse, themselves? This is a form of expression, feeling that people don't care about them. And sadly, some people take this too far. They want to do this to themselves. And like so many, I myself had very, very dark thoughts when I was younger. If this is you, you're not alone, and please talk to someone. Explaining how it feels to be neurodiverse through art, part 25. Daydreaming. Of course, the name of this one is Daydream. If you have dyslexia, ADHD or all the learning differences, you probably daydream a lot. And you've probably been told off for daydreaming in class. You've been told you need to pay attention, otherwise you won't learn anything. And you may think that when you daydream, you're doing something wrong, but that is not the case. It's about keeping your attention, right? And arguably, teachers are not always good at that. And they want to see you pay attention in a specific way. But who's to say that daydreaming, while in class, isn't listening? I know many who say that when they daydream in class, they're actually paying more attention, allowing them to reflect in a deeper way. Of course, everyone is different, and there's different degrees of this. Do you daydream a lot? Let me know. Are you creative and you potentially have dyslexia, ADHD or other learning differences? This is episode 26 of explaining how it feels through art. This image I call picture thinking. These individuals tend to find that they excel more in art or some sort of creative expression. But of course, it's different for everyone, which means not everyone is like this. Something that has been very important for me to understand about myself is that I think in images. When someone speaks to me, I see a video in my mind. Everything is images, and how I think is in images. And apparently this is the case for many individuals with dyslexia and other learning differences as well. But of course we are different. Do you think in images? Creativity in art has been very, very important for me to express myself and learn. Making art has been the key to my success. What about you? Do you confuse right and left? This is episode 27 of explaining how it feels through art. I call this image the red sock. And it's all about which side is left and which side is right. And many individuals with dyslexia and other learning differences confuse the two of them. And in this image, the character remembers which side is the right one because it's a red sock. It's not that individuals with dyslexia doesn't understand the concept of left and right, but their spatial awareness and body awareness may get confused when you say directions, etc. For example, they may tell you, yeah, I'm going to the left, but they meant going to the right. So what do you use to differentiate between right and left? Comment below what you use. In my case, I used to do archery for many years, and I used to draw the bow with my left hand. So that's how I remember which one is my archery hand, that's my left hand. So it's left this way. Do you feel you have time to digest the information you're learning? This is episode 28 of explaining how it feels through art. I call this image knowledge constipation. And it's all about the overload of information and that we lack the time and often the skills to actually digest, comprehend what we just learned. We don't have time to reflect over what we just learned. We have a test on Friday. We need to focus on that. The majority of people forget about what they just learned after the test. And many at some point have to actually stop and think, what did I just learn? How is this information relevant for me? And many walk around like this. They are filled with information, but they don't know how or what to do with it. So it's important that you actually take time to process the information you have learned and see how is this valuable to you. Can you relate to this image? Are you afraid of failing? Listen, this is episode 29 of explaining how it feels through art. I have named this image Gaming with Friends, and I've used this image quite a lot when I do public speaking as an example of why it's good that you are failing. I'm not very good at gaming. I'm very lucky, but not good. But my blonde hair friend here, he's very good at gaming. He can just touch a new game and he's the best in that game. And I failed a lot in school, a lot. And always when I played with friends, I got last place. But I never gave up. And even if it took me 2 years, I knew that one day I could beat them. And I have done it many times, but it took me some time. And for that mentality, I'm so grateful because that helped me through school. Fail a lot and grow from failures. Do you write like a pig? This is episode 30 of explaining how it feels through art. And of course, the name of this illustration is Writing Like a Pig. Because many individuals with learning differences like dyslexia have bad handwriting. And many probably hear that a lot. Maybe less now that we live in a digital world, but it depends on the school. When I was in school, I found it very difficult because there was such a hard focus on you need to write pretty. But I had to choose, either I write pretty but get no information, or I just write quickly and potentially get a little bit of it. And I often got told off when I wanted to do my own notes, which was drawing. I did it either way though. And your notes is for you. And I don't know about you, but I can't read my own notes. And be aware, if you're dyslexic, depending on the country you live in of course, you have the right to use digital tools when you're doing tests.